YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage back in Total War Attila, where we are obviously back in the Hun campaign. And some of you may be wondering why I haven't brought any online footage. It's because I don't really have any right now. To be quite frank, online gameplay in Attila right now it's not very good. In fact, it's pretty weak. And the reason I say that is because you either play it and you're bored because you have to pick obvious meta builds in order to go up against competitive players, or you get matched against fairly new players that don't know about the meta builds, and then you just absolutely crush them with your meta build. Or you can try and take like kind of a crazy fun build, but every time I do that, like so for instance I took an all-cav Hun army, my opponent gets upset because he's got his meta build, and I think he could have easily won with it still, but he pretty much just runs straight to a corner and camps with 200 range Germanic archers. So to me, it's a little frustrating right now, the online multiplayer. You do get some fun matches here and there, but there's a few key problems in my mind, and I'll kind of just talk through these as I get things started. I'm just supporting this army in case these two guys come ashore. The key problems in my mind, at least, are that melee cavalry is way too strong against infantry on the charge. Way too strong. I like that shock cavalry is strong against infantry on the charge, but even it is too strong on the charge. It's too easy to just bowl over infantry. So infantry right now serves one purpose in Attila, and that is to support the cavalry. So basically it's cav on cav with infantry support instead of your kind of typical ancient timey kind of battle, which would be more infantry with cavalry for support. Some people like this. Some people dislike this. There's a lot of the players who are more competitive that seem to really like the fact that cavalry wrecks infantry instantly. Their only complaint seems to be that Tagmata and a few of the others are just a little too good. I disagree, because then all the battles just turn out into kind of a quick click to win type scenario in my mind. Whoever clicks the right attack orders quickest in the right spot wins. I don't mind that helps influence someone winning, but they have to admit it honestly does have a big role with it. Whoever gets the right charge is going to take the most kills and will probably win. Is there skill in it? Sure, there's a skill that goes along with it. So I'm not trying to say that's like a skillless play. I just think it's kind of boring. The infantry on infantry and cav on infantry engagements are too fast, and the cav on cav engagements are generally quite a bit slower. I don't have a problem with the cav on cav engagements taking longer. They took longer in Rome. They took longer in Empire Total War. I liked both of those games better than what I see here. Now, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that. But if you look back on it, I really like the way cavalry behaved better in Empire Total War than a lot of the others. But I mean, it's a long discussion. I don't have all the answers, and to be quite honest, it's like multiplayer is not the only facet of the game that I enjoy. So I can actually sit here and have fun on campaign. The only reason it bothers me, really, my good spy gets wounded in the attempt over here. That's great.
I can twist many a word.
And then my crappy agent succeeds. Makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mean to just go on and on here. And like I said, some of you may disagree with me, and it's perfectly fine if you want to disagree with me. I'm not trying to force anybody to agree with me. I just don't like it in its current state. There's some times when it's kind of fun, and some part of me kind of does like fairly quick battles. But it just doesn't seem like there's a good enough balance between skirmishers, cav, and infantry. And Rome 2 kind of had a similar problem, except that the infantry was too strong, was kind of the thing. So, and mid-tier units kind of ruled the game, like it kind of made elite units worthless. It's been a long time, it feels like, in my opinion, since CA kind of got this balanced. I think, though, their problem in trying to do this is, number one, it seems like they need to spend a little more time in the balancing phase. And doing some more large-scale testing on multiplayer. Like, so for instance, go ahead and release Attila and release the multiplayer as a beta. And maybe you can separate unit performance in multiplayer from what's in the campaign. And just open the multiplayer as a beta. Let people start playing and start figuring it out. And then you just make weekly adjustments until you get it the way you want. I wouldn't see anything wrong with that. Or there's, if you look back into past Total Wars, there was lots of good stuff that happened in past Total Wars that they gave up, and I have no idea why. If you look back on, say, like unit upgrades, used to you could upgrade the weapons, the armor, and the experience in Medieval 2 and Rome 2. Why can't you still do that? Shogun 2 took it to the next level where you could upgrade just about anything, which was fun, but it's probably a little too complicated to carry into every game. I think it fits Shogun well. I don't see it fitting these others that well. Would there be something wrong, though, with rather than just having an experience chevron at the bottom, you could choose between experience, attack, armor, or, say, like speed. And each of those could cost a certain amount based on, you know, how good you think the effect would be on that unit. So, for instance, if you put attack upgrades on an already high attack unit, maybe those upgrades cost more. If you put armor upgrades on an already high armor unit, that costs more. Whereas on a lower tier unit, and on Medieval 2, when you would upgrade the units with armor, they would actually look different in battle. It was very cool. Medieval 2 also had like a pretty sweet anti-spam feature that discouraged spamming all of the same unit, where after you would pick more than 4 of a certain unit type, they started costing more. Again, these were very cool things, and I have no idea why they didn't maintain that. And then you look at like Empire and Napoleon, they put unit caps on certain units and stuff. I don't even know that you have to do that, but I don't know. I'm just trying to throw a few ideas out here. Hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully I'll get where I'm going is all I'm trying to get at here. There needs to be some changes, and I just wanted to kind of have some food for thought discussion while we were getting started here. Anyway, enough of that. Just my thoughts. You don't have to believe it, and I may not be right. So hopefully that enables guerrilla activity in a foreign province. Let's see. Cunning. I'm guessing zeal still affects military training. Here we go. Yeah, so that increases military training plus 30 experience per turn. What does it do on level 2? Doesn't seem like it does anything else. Oh, it just enables it. Level 2 adds the 30. Took me a minute. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that. Let's see. I probably ought to put either some cunning or some authority on here. Military supply. Replenishment rate. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Let's do that. So yeah, I like a lot of the things that they redid in campaign, and it feels like they spent some time kind of rethinking how to make the campaign great in Attila. It just doesn't always feel like they spent that kind of time on multiplayer, and some people are like, well, they're about to make Total War Arena. You know, I feel bad even getting into this because I love Total War games. I do. Clearly. I've made almost 2,000 videos of them on YouTube. I love Total War games. I used to say, too, that I wasn't super excited whenever Shogun 2 was coming out because I wasn't big on that Japanese time period. It sold me when it came out. So I'm not saying that this is impossible, but Arena is a free-to-play. I kid you not, every free-to-play game I've ever played, I hate it. I hate them. They're boring. They're a pay-to-win, pay-to-progress kind of thing where you just have to grind away hours, and I dislike it with a passion. And you might be like, geez, man, you're kind of harsh on those games. I wonder if we can actually win this. It says we have a good chance. They have a lot of archers. I have a lot of horse archers, only a few infantry. And these Gothic warband are some decent infantry. I do have the steppe lancers, though. I could smash the warband with the steppe lancers, take on the spears with my dismounted warband. We could probably pull this off. Let's go ahead and fight it. It's gonna be a tough fight, but we'll do it. And anyway, now I'm forgetting what I was ranting about. In the meantime, maybe y'all are glad that I forgot because you don't want to hear it. Oh, yeah, the free-to-play. I really don't like free-to-play. Some people might like it because maybe you don't have a lot of money to buy games, and free-to-play, it may be annoying, but hey, at least it's a way for me to get a game, and they tend to work on just about any device. That's the one thing I'll say about them. They're usually lower graphics and stuff, and so they can work on almost any machine. I understand that not everybody can afford a computer to run Attila well. The game itself costs a lot. Hey, I totally get that. I'm not trying to hold it against people. So that's why I guess I can kind of understand why they're probably trying to make Total War Arena. on the other hand, and obviously I'm going to give it a try. I'm sitting here saying this stuff. It's not like I'm not going to play the game or telling you not to play it. Obviously I'm going to try it, and I'm going to put that on my channel. But I'm just telling you all why, like why I think the way I do. I would so much rather just have Arena come out, be multiplayer only, and me pay 20 or 25 bucks for it once, and not have the crazy level up crap or the pay extra money for skins, or just no, don't like that. It just seems like a waste of time. I would so much rather just pay for the game once, rather than having to worry about stuff like that. So for instance, I remember being all excited whenever more and more games started coming out on Android phones, for instance, because I have an Android phone. And I was all excited, like, oh, these games, and then every game turned into a pay-to-play, otherwise known as free-to-play. It's like, really? This is lame. And so I quit playing games on my phone. Now, if those same people would have just made a game that I paid $5 for, but I could play it as much as I want, don't have to worry about all that junk, I would have played their game all the time. And that's the thing that frustrates me. Now, and again, I understand that some people are different. I don't expect you to act exactly like me. You don't have to. Just saying that for me, that's a frustration point, a major frustration point. So that's why I'm not particularly excited about Total War Arena. Just because I feel like it's pointless. It's going to be a game that maybe seems like fun, maybe will be fun a little bit. Oh crap! Now my swords are going to get charged. Had to put on slow motion real quick. Crap! I can't afford to get my swords charged. I didn't protect them though, so it's all my fault. I'm gonna see if we can. Gosh, get out! See if we can try and save our swords here. The AI is just YOLO charging me, which is pretty typical for them, to be honest. I've set the forest on fire because of fire at will. Let's move through the forest and go ahead and move up over here. Let's actually bring this cav through and hit the archers with these two. My swords did not extricate themselves from combat, and this is one of the cav characteristics that I don't like about Attila. I know I was trying to retreat, but this cav unit has come in and racked up 49 kills, even though it's being double attacked by 2 other units. It's just frustrating the way that cavalry can just kind of run in and just mow over everything in the process. I'm gonna come hit all their skirmishers real quick with my bow cav, just to try and put a quick end to their skirmishers and then finish off the infantry fight. My cavalry is winning at the moment, and then I'm gonna take my step lancers into their Gothic warband. And then we are closing out this fight over here relatively quick. I'll go ahead and go back into place. Sorry, I do that sometimes just because it's really hard for me to try and focus on more spot than once. I should probably quit doing it because then I just have to learn how to deal with it. These mercenary steppe raiders are destroying my steppe-mounted tribespeople. I guess that wasn't a good matchup for me. I'm going to do the same thing that the AI just did to me here, though, and YOLO charge straight into their Gothic warband. Need to get my horse archers out of that scrum. And let's go ahead and rear charge with my guys there. Let's charge in here with my general. Hit here. That's already routed. Go keep chasing skirmishers. And let's just see if we need to cycle here. We do. And we're going to need to cycle here because we're up against infantry in prolonged combat. It's not what we want. Alright, so
The enemy are losing ground.
a little bit of their cavalry came back over here. It ought to, yep, it went ahead and routed. We don't want to charge our lightly armored units into that, into those pikes. Normally I wouldn't worry much about pikes, but the infantry that we have would not do well up against pikes. Okay, let's kind of get our thoughts back together here. Let's take our bows and target the pikes, and use our melee cav to finish off what's left of the Huns here. Now, where'd my general go? Here he is. Okay, good. We stopped that, so looks like we're going to be able to, let's single out these skirmishers. There we go. Those bows are dead. Alright, so we pretty much have this under control at this point. I'm just going to avoid this Gothic warband and charge them with Cav, because that Gothic Warband will do quite good in melee combat versus
The enemy have rallied
my
their
swordsman.
units.
Gothic pikes are being routed. Oh, we're getting caught by pikes over here. Yeah, let's change our target to those pikemen. And then now we can charge back into the Gothic Warband now that we kind of have them surrounded and screwed over. Oh, that Cav charge is going to be pretty devastating to me actually right there. These pikes are actually in combat with me. There's 8 of them that lived. It's kind of annoying. Let's charge into the back of that general there. Alright, so the pikes have been routed. And let's just run them down real quick.
Men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
So I managed to defeat the Oystergoths. We do need to go ahead and try and run down their fleeing units that are of any substantial size, which we'll go ahead and hit that one just in case. Only 4 brigands, 1, 11 got away there, darn it, 2, 5. This fight was pretty Pyrrhic for both sides. The Steppe Raiders, let's chase them down, and I'll just turn on fire at will. So that hopefully my guys will go ahead and shoot the routing units. Only 1 unit left there. Let's send someone out to hit that unit with 8. And then the enemy general unit's being cut down over here. Alright, good. That should work. Yeah, and like I said, I'm just doing this to make sure that hopefully the entire stack gets destroyed. There may be a unit or 2 that gets away, but for the most part, we want that stack dead. Now there's 10 guys in this unit. Let's move up and hit them with some arrow volleys as well. So yeah, when I say all this stuff about multiplayer, I mean, if any of you disagree with me, don't take it personally. I don't care. I mean, I still like watching the tournaments and all that other stuff, even though the multiplayer is not my cup of tea right now. So yeah, I mean, don't take it in a way that, or the same thing with Arena. If you're excited about Arena, hey, don't worry about it. If I sit here and tell you I don't like it, it may be a game you love. That's the thing with games. Sometimes people like it, and sometimes people don't. There's a lot of people that hated Rome 2. Don't get me wrong, it released in rough shape, but I really liked Rome 2. There's a lot of people like, Air, how could you play that garbage? Hey, I get it. You know, I totally get it. So yeah, when I give you that feedback, like I said, don't take it on like a personal level or something if you disagree with me. It's just my thoughts. And like I said, Arena may release, and it may be like Shogun 2, and I'll be like, man, I love this. So, I mean, that's why I always go ahead and try every game, even if it doesn't seem like it's something that's my cup of tea. Plus, I'm a YouTuber at this point. I show you the games. That's what I do. And so I will be showing it to you. We did lose a step-mounted tribespeople. That's not a big deal. We managed to kill that entire Ostrogothic stack, though. And those forces, or my general, one of the 2, ranked up, which is quite nice. Let's see here. So, I mean, there are definitely some things that I look forward to trying in some of the newer Total War games, just to kind of to see how they turn out. So the Gepids want me to join the war against Illyria? I don't see why I should have to. Just keep paying your tribute. Shut it. Really want to kill these guys and go knock out their home city. I want to go subjugate them, and I may do so. Hate to split up my armies even more, but it may just be one of those necessities at this point. Okay, so we had a hostile scout screw him with Patchy's pain train. And then one of them went after Feces Tempest. Enemy killed in battle. Enemy killed in battle. Faction destroyed. Sweet! The Ostrogoths are gone. That was their last stack. What were those guys thinking? Bringing their last stack up against me like that. They must have had a death wish or something. Don't know where they were going with that line of thought. Anyway, yeah, and then I've got military training going on, which is pretty nice. We're going to need to at least recoup that amount of tribespeople. Our income is looking good at the moment, so let's go ahead and get a little more infantry. Let's get 2 more infantry. And see, we got 3 mounted tribespeople. The Lancers are certainly pulling their weight. What do we got access to? Just mounted tribespeople and Steppe Raiders. Steppe Raiders are so expensive. I wonder how they don't even stack up all that good against mounted tribespeople. I'd just be better off to bring the mounted tribespeople. I mean, the Raiders have a purpose, I get it, but yeah, I don't see them being all that useful. These Akaziri Raiders, the same thing. They're quite fast and come with terrible armor, though, even though the horse looks all armored. That's weird. Yeah, I don't get some of these units. I just don't. Maybe we'll make it a solid 6 infantry and then just get 2 more mounted tribespeople. And then this army will be pretty complete for now. We'll have at least an infantry component, albeit not a great one. Let's get this spy. We're going to need to get over here and try and take care of this Alan spy. Our other spy should... Yep, they're back. And so we'll kind of just keep agents somewhat close to my different groups. Ooh. I didn't know we could actually read them, so we had success there. Great. Well, that works out nicely. There's quite a few enemy stacks heading this way. The Antians have another army coming down. These are guys also that I probably need to go back up and subjugate. And since their army's here, it almost makes me wonder if I can cut back up here and do it. Because otherwise they're just going to keep sending stacks in behind us, and it's just going to get incredibly annoying. We're going to turn this thing into an artisan's yurt, since we can. And let's see. Everybody is in the encamped status. Uldeen has a skill.
How can I help?
We can give him some authority, which would probably be good because he's a little bit out of balance with authority right now. +2 morale for the commander's unit, +3 for the commander's unit. So basically, let's just give him bonuses to his unit, which that's kind of lame. Battle movement speed, missile damage. Wow, +15 morale versus barbarians. That's pretty slick, actually. +10 morale when reinforcing. I don't know if that's better than the battle speed or not. What else we got here? +5% for melee infantry units. Spotting chance. I'm going to stick with the... Let's go with this Yu-Gi-Oh here. And I'll keep the battle movement speed for now as far as the retainers go. Yeah, let's go ahead and end the turn. See if anything else big happens here. Probably not. So yeah, anyway, long story short with all my talking about multiplayer, the reason I'm talking about it is just letting you know why I don't have any. I'm still trying. I haven't given up on it. And I'm trying to get you all some good battles, like maybe a 2v2 or a city assault or something like that. But you can imagine if it's hard to find a decent 1v1, it's even harder to find those. So my plan is to probably just on Saturday or Sunday sometime just hop up and host a game called HeirofCarthage. That way you all can see it and you can join in. And obviously we can make some fun rules to make a fun battle out of it so we have something fun to watch, not just the same old 6 Germanic Cav, 2 Lancers, few infantry, couple bows, stuff like that. Looks like our enemy's moving up in force. Interesting. There's a lot of enemies there. We almost kind of might want to back up and get all of our forces together again. Those 2 stacks need to be dealt with. They're probably in reinforcing range of each other. Roxolanians are destroyed. This is good. Some of the factions getting wiped out. We need this.
For the gods.
Yeah, they're gonna get reinforced by these losers and their other army, so they would have an enormous amount of troops to bring at me at this point. And now this Allen agent's over here trying to go after my priest. And my good spy / outraidier's back. Let's see if we can get lucky with him. Critical failure, so he's been wounded again. So apparently that guy is great at getting wounded. Let's bring this lower level over, who seems to be better at getting the job done. And doing it cheaper, of all things. Wow, he failed too. Alright, well, whatever. Yeah, at least we kept the Allen spy busy. So what we're going to need to do is just go into no stance. And let's move back. I want to kind of go along this line so that we don't hit snow attrition. We probably still will get a little bit of it. But yeah, we can back up to kind of like this point, for instance. That way not all of these forces would be able to reach me in one turn. There we go.
10 Grey guides my steps. Ready for action.
Okay, now we can put these guys into camp. And they'll be in good shape. And if these 2 armies want to come attack me, they can. And then this army, let's see how far... Oh, why is it we can't move? I guess I've used up all my movement points already, or we got sabotaged by an agent or something. So I can't even switch. Yeah, can't switch at the moment. Oh, it's probably because I'm training. That is absolutely what it is. We should be alright till the next turn, though. I'm not particularly worried about it. If these guys come attack me, I'll just fall back, and they won't be able to keep up with me, and then I'll get all three of my hordes together and counterpunch. Look at these Gepids down here raiding outside of Constantinople. Those guys have so many stacks. And it's just like I don't know how many provinces they have, but I think it's only like one. I don't know how they're supporting all these. Let's see. My warlord is gaining abilities here. So raid settlement gives additional zeal. Looks like authority is kind of the one that's underbalanced at the moment. That one's also zeal. So it looks like this is a zeal-based unit. It kind of makes sense. Assault unit in a foreign army. Raid settlement. Oppress a foreign agent. Interesting. Guerrilla activity. Deploy in foreign province. -1 recruitment capacity. Trap a foreign agent. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. Let's just kind of let's spread out a little bit of it. Oh, actually, we have to open this one first. I'm like, so why isn't this working? Assault a foreign character. Let's open that one up too. There we go. All right. And the Allans still tormenting me with agents. Man, we need to kill the Allans. Wish I knew where some more of their stacks were. And to be honest, if I had some decent infantry, I'd love to just go take on all 4 of those enemy stacks up there. I have the cavalry to do it. I just don't have enough infantry to tie down all their Germanic levy. And the Germanic levy are one of the few units in this early game that are a huge threat to my cav, and it's because they can throw their precursor javelins and ruin my light cavalry. So yeah, if I had more infantry to tie them down, it'd just be easy wins for sure.
How long can you stand aside and let
I'm not joining any wars right now. Get over yourself. These guys sailing up the river here. But that means that the Antiochian forces that were over there are now not going to have the support of these two. Hostile agent had a critical failure, and the other one had a failure, so that's good. I like it when the enemy agents fail, rather than my guys. But I still need to get my spy recovered from the wounds.
The gods require blood.
Gosh dang it. So we were unable to accomplish anything with our spy there. We can, however, take these guys out of their stance and move up here. It's possible we could get into a position to try and take on these two. They're going to move down here closer to the Gepids, and maybe, I don't know if they would support us or not. I haven't supported them much, but we'll see. Let's go into another turn and see if we can get up closer to the Antiochians and potentially get a fight going. Do. Speaking of which, I put out a tweet today that some of you may have been wondering about. If you're watching this far into the video, you may not be everybody, but spread the word if you hear it. I am going to be giving away some games, Total War Attila, some DLC for Attila, and then also going to be giving away some a copy of Homeworld Remastered, and I'll be doing that. Just keep an eye out either tomorrow or Sunday for a video that'll tell you how you can potentially win that. So if you're interested, take a look at it, and I'm sure I'll mention this in the beginning of another video.
To burden you with demands.
Oh, fine, whatever. She's getting old. No one wants her, I guess. Alright. So hostile agent's still following me. That's the same Allen agent. Just keeps following me because I can't seem to kill him. I don't know why he's been so tricky to pin down. There we go. At least finally wounded him and managed to rank up my character in the process. So
Yes.
a fair trade for me. Infiltrate, deceive, infiltrate, misdirect army, extort. There we go. I don't know where the Anteans have gone to. Oh, they're heading back north. And then it looks like these other goons have gotten up here on land as well. We might be able to cut them off from getting back in the river. Yeah, I know it's seeming kind of like some back and forth here, but maybe I should just ignore them and head down, do some raiding. I think I am. Just going to ignore them for now, and let's go have some fun to the south. So let's take all of our guys off their status here. We can move up to this point.
Passing out.
And
Ready for battle.
same thing, we'll just keep moving. And again, I know my hordes are all still together, but don't worry about it. It'll be alright for now. It definitely hurts the food a little bit, but we've got enough to survive.
Gods be praised. Excitement.
It hurts the income and the food. But like I said, we'll survive and split up once we get into a position where I'm not worried about stuff like this happening, where there's 4 enemy hordes all over the place. Let's go ahead and bring our priest down here to help scout ahead. And we got the spy to help scout ahead as well, and just kind of see what we might come up against. So Thessalonica would be open for being pillaged, basically. And what else do we got up here? Dacia's got a settlement over there that could probably be pretty easily pillaged. So that's what we'll do, is just kind of come through here and see what we can accomplish. Anyway, that's all I have time for now. Hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing off.